Hello, this is Sunny from My Happy Space, just hopping on to help you set up for this week's memory verse. We are starting 4 new verses. It is all about having a new heart. So if you are new here, welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, very welcome. And for those who have memorized the 4 verses last month, and it was your first month ever memorizing scripture, I just want to say to you, well done. You've done great. And I just want you to know, even if you don't know the memory verses already, it doesn't matter. You were faithful, you practice it, you wrote it out, and you still have a few weeks to memorize it. And you will anyway go over it at least once a month or once a week. And then when we take a break at the end of this month, you will have a week of going over your verses. So just remember that. And at the end of the day, success is not how many verses you know. Success is that you are willing to memorize scripture and that you are faithful, and God will bring back to remembrance the things that He have taught you and taught you. So that is a word of encouragement. So this week's memory verse, what I usually do is in the beginning of the month, I cut my memory verses out and I put it here at the back. So the first memory verse is Ezekiel 36-26. And it's a lovely one. I will give you a new heart and a new spirit I'll put within you, and I'll remove the heart of stone from your flesh, and I'll give you a heart of flesh. The flow of this verse is not always very easy for me. I know this verse already because I've memorized it a few years back, but it's good for me just to refresh it and go over it, and I'm looking forward to do the meditation seed on it. So if you're new here, only thing you're going to do is you're going to put this behind your daily section, because this is the verse you're going to memorize on a daily basis for the next week. So you put it behind there. For those who joined us last month, you're obviously going to take last week's memory verse or whatever you have behind last week, and you're going to put it behind the even section. That means you're going to memorize it on the even days, or you're going to revise it on the even days of the week, the 2nd, the 4th, the 6th. Then you can take your old even verse and you're going to put it behind the odd section. That means you're going to memorize it on the odd days, like the 3rd, 5th, and 9th, or 7th. And then you're going to take your old odd day, and then you can move it into any day of the week. But for uniformity, I'm going to do Friday, because I started Monday and now we're at Friday, so I'm going to put it behind Friday. So you're going to memorize that or revise it on Friday. So you're going to take your old Friday verse, whatever you have behind that, and you're going to put it anywhere. You can put it anywhere between the monthly section. So that means once a month you're going to at least revise it. I'm going to put it behind the 5th, because I think we are around the 5th. So I'm going to put it down there. So as you can see, I've already got a verse down there. It doesn't matter. So when I get to the 5th, I'm just going over these 2 verses. So if you're new here, start with the daily verse. Just concentrate on that. If you started last month, you can have a daily verse. You can have an even and an odd verse. And you're going to have the day of the week verse. Like for instance, tomorrow's Monday. You're going to get just revise Monday's verse. And tomorrow is the 5th. So you're just going to go to the 5th. And you're going to see if there's anything behind the 5th. For the newbies, there won't be anything behind the 5th. But for those people who memorized last year, you're just going to take what's behind the 5th and you're going to memorize it. So that is how it works. And then tomorrow morning, when I do my devotional, spend time with the Lord, what I'll do beforehand, I usually do all my memorizing beforehand. And then I will just write there Ezekiel 36:26, and I'll just practice it as I practice it with my previous verses, highlighted like this, and just practice it, whatever method you find the best useful. Kinesthetic movement, writing it out, saying it up loud, auditory, listening to it. Find a way that you memorize scripture and stick to it, and you will find you'll be successful. Or use a few. I use a few. I say it up loud, I write it out, I sometimes make actions, I draw pictures. I'm a little bit of all of them. So yeah, good luck for this month. Good luck for this week. I pray that will go well. And yeah, God bless. Bye-bye.